For today's homework, you'll continue with the soccer ball. Also review this. Absolute value of negative 9 is 9. Absolute value of negative 18 is 18. Remember that absolute value is how far you're from 0. Also review how to read this. 34 minus 6 divided by 4. The top always goes first. That's why it has to have parentheses to show 34 minus 6 divided by 4. Slide 2, I'm going to do one for you, and then the other one you're going to do for homework, but you're responsible to do both. So the one that I'm doing in the video, you still have to do it. So we'll call this guy number 1 and this guy number 2. Okay, for slide 3. Slide 3, number 1 is the one I'm gonna do, and you're gonna do the other one at home, number 2. But really, you're gonna do both. Here we go. So slide 3, number 1. It says, what fraction of the area of the model above is shaded? Okay, so they want to know a fraction that's shaded. Okay. There we go. So I don't see a fraction, so I'm gonna have to create one. So to create a fraction, the total always goes on the bottom, what they're asking on the top. So in this case, I have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 3 is 15. So my total is 15. What they are asking about shaded, because I even have it here in my question, shaded. So how many are shaded? 3, 6, 9, 9 out of 15. So there I have my fraction already, 9 out of 15. But I see that my choices are percent, so my strategy is going to go from fraction to decimal to percent. Now from fraction to decimal, we divide bottom out. From decimal to percent, it's twice to the right. And then you put the percent symbol, okay? So my question was fraction shaded. I had to create one because there was no fraction there. There's my fraction. Strategy is fraction, decimal, percent. Divide from fraction to decimal, and then from decimal to percent, we will move twice to the right. So now let me do it. 9 divided by 15, bottom out. Put your decimal quickly. And we begin. That's not enough. Add a 0. That's enough. So I'm going to go to the side and I'm taking a guess. I'm going to try 8. I went over. So let me try 6. And this is called guess and check. You just try what you think. And it hit it exactly. So my fraction, let me put my fraction. My fraction was 9 to 15. My decimal is 0.6. And now my percent. Well, let me go to this side. And from decimal to percent, we move twice to the right. Always to the right when you're going to percent. That's 1, 2. Luego llenas el huequito allí. So it's going to be 60%. That's my final answer, which is choice letter D. And now I can bubble slide 3, number 1. So like I'm sure everybody knows that all that stuff inside is slide 3, number 1. You're still responsible to do number 1, but it's a free one because you just have to watch the video and just copy me, follow along. Now you're gonna do for homework number 2. Okay, don't forget to also click on the answer, uh, and that's the way you do slide 3. Slide 4. We have 2 problems here. I'm gonna do the top one, and then no, I'm gonna do the bottom one. I'll do the bottom one. You'll do the top one. Okay. So it says a scientist has used 1/3 of the soil in the experiment, which is equivalent to 1/3. So this is slide 4, and I'll call this number 2. Slide 4, number 1 is the top, number 2 is the bottom. Okay. So they want to know something that's equal to 1/3. Facts is 1/3. Strategy, based on my bubbles, they're decimals and percent. So I'm going to go from fraction to decimal to percent again. Okay. Again, from fraction to decimal, we divide bottom out. From decimal to percent, twice to the right. Okay. So let me go do it on the side. Aquí hay espacio. 1 divided by 3. 1, is that enough? Nope. 10, that's enough, times 3, that would be 9. Add a 0. I get a 10 again, so it's times 3 again, that's 9 again. So you can already see that there's a pattern. 10, 9, 10, 9. It's a repeater. I like to stop in the thousands, so I'm going to add one more. So I can stop there. 10, hundreds, thousands. Once you know it's a repeater, put a bar, a repeating bar to show it's a repeater. And now we can start putting this organization. 1/3 equals 0.333 repeater. Now we're going to percent. 0.33 repeater. Going to percent, you always move twice to the right. 1, let them if we choke 1, 2. So the answer is 33.3%. Okay. So I already have this guy. I'm going to drag him. And from here, it's not 3.33. It's 33. So that's not the answer. It's not 0.33. Oh, I made a mistake here. It's 13 and 30. Yeah, it's this one. I need to fix that. That's an error on mine. The answer should have been 33 and 1/3% without that decimal. So this guy need to fix it. Let me. This should not have been there, guys. My bad. It should just be 33 and 1/3%. So whenever you have a repeater, like I do here, that means 1/3%. The repeater of 3 means 1/3%. You need to know that for the STAR test. They like to do that. So it is 33.3%, the answer, 33.3%. Or they can call it 33 and 1/3%. That's why I wanted to do this one. Anyway, the way I did this guy, you're going to go home and do this one. You're going to change that fraction to decimal and drag one of these, and then the decimal to percent and drag one of those, and that's how you do slide 4. Okay. You still need to do the work for slide 4, number 2. You'll be doing homework slide 4, number 1. Okay. Slide 5. I'll do I guess I'll do the first one. It doesn't really matter. Slide 5. I'll do 1, which is this one on the top, and you'll do 2. Slide 5, they want me to put them in order. Order. from least to greatest. Okay. The strategy is we're going to draw a number line and remind yourself that this is like the letter L for less than. And this guy would be, we're comparing numbers, so you just put a C like comparing, and now you have a G for greater than. Okay, that's the strategy. Also, change to decimal everything. Always change to decimal everything like money. Okay, so to organize this in a nice way, I like to do a T-chart. And I like to put the numbers that they give me, which are the facts. Negative 0.369, 56 out of 22. And I draw a line like that so you don't get all confused with who's who. 1/9, 22 over 41, and negative 2 and 8/14. Okay, this is the original. These are the facts. And now I'm going to change everything to decimal, but like money. Okay. When you go home today, make sure you watch this one. This one is so important because I haven't really taught it that well. So make sure that you, not that I haven't taught it that well, I haven't really practiced with you as much as I want to. Okay? So make sure that you understand that when we put something in order, we're going to use a number line. But most importantly, this table is so important. The left side is the way they give it to me. They give it to me like that. Just copy them. And then we're going to change them to decimal, but like money. Okay? So like the first one, it's negative 0.36. That would be the money. I owe 36 cents. This one I'm gonna have to bottom out. This one I have to bottom out, bottom out, bottom out. So the only one that they were nice was the first one. The other ones, ni modo, we have to bottom out. So I'm gonna. So this type of problem is pretty easy, but it requires a lot of work. So make sure you watch this. Okay. This guy's a fraction, so I'm going to bottom out on the side. 56 divided by 22. Put a decimal at the end. And we begin. 22 times, you start guessing on the side. I'm just guessing. I'm going to try 3. That's 66, so it has to be 2. That's 44. It is 2. Add a 0. And go to the side again. Let me try 6 now. 12, 12, 13, 132. It went over, so let me try 5. A lot of multiplying on the side on these because it's 2 digits. So it is 5. Add a 0. Well, that's 100. And 5 is 110, so it must be 4. So by then you can stop because it's already looking like money. So this guy would be $2.54. The next one, 1/9. 1 divided by 9. A lot of bottom amounts on these. Ni modo. 1 divided by 9. 1, that's not enough. 10, that is enough, times 1. Drop a 0. Otra vez 10, so times 1. Drop a 0. Otra vez 10, so times 1. So we know already it's a repeater. But since I want money, it'll be 11 cents. So we have negative 36 cents, $2.54, 11 cents. You could already kind of tell who's the least so far. This guy would be the least because he's negative. Okay, but let me continue. The next one, 22 divided by 41. So otra vez bottom out, 22 divided by 41. And these are not hard. The problem is that kids don't like to divide. They're like, oh, hay que hueva, pero ni modo, hay que dividir. 2, not enough. 22, not enough. Add a 0 to 29. That's enough. So I'm going to go and guess on the side. Let me guess, I don't know, 5. That's pretty close. Let me guess 6. That went over, so it is 5. Add a 0. Now I need to guess again. Well, 5 was 205. We're trying to get to 150, so let's try 3. That's pretty close. Let me try 4 just in case. That went over, so it's going to be 3. Add a 0. You keep on adding zeros until you get to the thousands. 276 is pretty close. Let me try 7. So it is going to be 6. Anyway, by the time you get to this one, you know it's going to be 53 cents. 53 cents. So we have positive 53, positive 11 cents, positive $2.54, negative 0.36. The last one. When you have a mixed number, this guy is already ready, so I'm going to go negative $2. I just need to bottom out this so I can get the cents. Again, this negative 2 is already ready. I need to bottom out to get the cents. So let me go to space, go look for space. So I'm going to go look for space up here. You look for space on the AIGA. Bottom out 8 divided by 14. Again, I'm doing the last one, this guy. That 2 is already $2. That's why I put them. Don't forget to put the negative. Negatives were there, so don't forget to put them. That's owing money. 8. That's not enough. 8 it is. Start guessing. I'll try 5. That's pretty close. Let me try 6. That went over. So it's going to be 5. 100 now. So let me try 7. Yep, 7 was pretty good. Because that's 98, by the way. You can stop there. You already see that's 57 cents. Now, that 0, you don't put them because he already has the 2 there. So we just put 57 cents. Now, from these, okay, we're going to use the number line to put them in there. So I'll put 0 in the middle. I like to go to the positive side first. So from all these, who would come out first on the positive side? Well, 11 cents. And that one was really worth 1/9. You need to put both of them so you can know who's who. So when you drag them, you're not going to be dragging 11 cents, you're going to be dragging this guy. So this guy would be first on the right side. Then 53 cents will come out next. So I'm going to put here 53 cents. And he was really 22 over 41. And then 254 would come out last. He's the greatest. He has the most money. But he was really 56.22. Hey, watch this quickly, guys. when you're putting stuff in the number line, I already have it as money on my table over here, so I'm not gonna show you the table, but so it's starting from zero. If I start from zero, 11 cents will come out first, right? Yes or no? From the ones that I have. Okay, I know, yeah, we can say 1 penny will come out first, 2 pennies, 3 pennies, but we just put the ones that you have. So 11 cents we have, so he'll go first. And then take out your journals because these girls are gonna check that you have both journals. You're gonna go around and check that you have, that both of them have two journals. And if they don't, you tell them. You can put your backpacks over there. What is it for what check? That's one check. Okay. Look, when right now we give me a chance right now to you can relax for example. Thank you for helping me. 11 cents, but he was never 11 cents, he was 1.9. So make sure you put both of them. Because when you're ready to drag and drop, no va a estar 11 cents, va a estar el 1.9. Do you understand? Okay. 53 cents was next because after 11 cents, 53 cents is next, but he was really 22.41. I bought him out to find this guy, by the way. Then the last one is $2.54, but he was really 56.22. Questions with a positive sign. Now in the negative side where we always mess up, you have to start from zero. You guys want to always start from the left side. No, you start from zero. So pay attention to this one. The negatives. I'm done with this guy. Okay. So all I did is I changed everything to decimal just so you know. Puro bottom out, bottom out, bottom out. Okay. This guy I just stopped there for like so it could look like money, 36 cents. But look, now we have two negatives. You see the two negatives? Listen. There's the two negatives. Negative 36 cents and negative 257. When you're ready to put in the number line, you also begin from zero. And if you begin from zero, which negative will come out first? The 36 cents or the 257? 36 cents. Starting from zero, he will come out first. Because we go negative 1 penny, negative 2 pennies, negative 3 pennies, negative 4 pennies. So starting from zero, T comes out first. So a lot of kids tend to put them over here first. But here's a zero. So he goes here. Negative 36 cents. And then the original was really negative 0.369. Now my number line, I made it real small so I can fit it, but try to make the number line long from one side of the page to the other so you don't have to do this and try to fit everything there. Again, I'm just putting my money at the bottom, 11 cents, 53 cents, 254, it sounds good. And then now we're gonna go to the other side, same way, negative 36 cents, and then the next one is gonna be negative $2.56, negative $2.57. And the original is negative 2 and 8/14. Now check this out. The reason I want you to do it this way is because you already have the answer here. If they want least to greatest, he's going to be dragged first, second, third, fourth, fifth. If they want greatest to least, he'll be dragged first, second, third, fourth, fifth. That's why I want you to put both. So when you're ready to drag and drop them, well, the answer is there already. Least to greatest, left to right. Greatest to least, right to left. But if you do not shove them in correct in the number line, you're going to mess up. And the most important thing is to change them to money. Because money is so easy to put in order. You could see it there, 11 cents, 53 cents, 254. The other way you can do this is to think about who owes more money, who owes less money, and all that stuff. So I could do it this way too. Who has the most money in this table? 2.54. He goes to the greatest one. So you can do it this way too. You don't want to use the number line, you can also do that. Look at the table and say, okay, so he will go to the greatest. Who has the next most money? And who's that? 2241. That's why I want a table. So let me drag this guy. Who has the next most money? 11 cents. And who's that? Now here's where you have to be careful. Okay? When we go to negative, we ask ourselves who owes the less money, because the less money is actually the greater one. Who owes the less money? So he's actually the greatest one. Okay? So he goes first. And who owes the most money? He better be at the end as the least, el más pobre. And that's the way you put them in order. A lot of work, I'm not gonna lie to you, see a lot of that dividing the side. When you get to 8th grade, and they're my witness, I don't know what they're taking. Are you taking algebra or regular right now? Your algebra and your regular? Okay, so look, we have both of them. Algebra, maybe not anymore. Okay, but the regular 8th grade math, which is gonna be 8th grade pre-algebra, they still make you put things in order, right? But they all use square roots and they'll do irrational. And they have the calculators. That's a good thing. They'll be able to put this guy in the calculator and you have the money, and then you can even graph it, just put the X that the calculator put them in order. But they still put them in a number line. You're with Mr. Salas? Yeah, he'll do the X and then the all the dots come out in the bottom right. So the answer pops out, but it's still based on the number line. So what I'm showing you right now is going to get easier because you'll have a calculator. Okay? But if you don't understand how to organize it and be careful, then you're still gonna mess up even with the calculator. You're Linda. No, her. ¿Cómo te llamas? Michelle. Sorry, I'm getting confused. Let me stop the video. You can continue. Sorry, that's it for the homework. Okay.